The world of Deepwoken is a cruel one. I'm sure that much is clear to you if you've ever played the game before. Packed full of terrifying creatures that flee the sea in the search for humans to gorge on, you're thankfully able to progress your character to the point where you can pretty much deal with most of Deepwoken's monsters with just a few passing attacks. Although that's because you're a superhuman monster yourself. The player's character is very clearly far removed from a normal human being. It does make you wonder though, just how would you, a normal human being, and yes, I mean you watching this video right now, fare against Deepwoken's geography, let alone the creatures of the night? Let's find out. Well, after you subscribe. Sorry, it's like compulsory. I need this, my mom is kinda homeless. Also, sorry if I sound weird, it's literally 38 degrees and I'm powering through the worst heat ever to record this video. Also, shout out Ragusa. That's my guy, man. Alrighty, so let's first establish what I mean when I say a normal human being. For the sake of today's video, I'm going to be using the body proportions of the average male human as our benchmark. The average male human, from what I can gather online, stands at about 5'6 to 5'8. Weight is a whole different matter because, of course, culture impacts eating habits quite heavily, leading to massive differences in average weight between regions across the world. But, for the sake of today's video, we'll unfortunately be using the average adult male American's weight of around 200 pounds. I'm not American myself, far from it, but you Americans do make up about 90% of my audience and revenue, so I guess I'll throw you a bone. Moving on, let's just say that the top running speed an average adult male could reach is 25 kilometers an hour, and that the average grip strength of an adult male is 46 to 50 kilograms. Yes, some of the averages could likely be inaccurate, but you'll find out later in this video that it really doesn't matter. Alright, now that we've established our parameters here, this is where the fun part starts. Let's start at Arisia, which is typically the first island that a new Deepwoken player will head to upon playing the game for the first time. Picture this, you're on a trip on your new boat, and suddenly, you're lost at sea. Ooh, the current sweeping you far away from any land in sight. After what feels like days of drifting, you wash up on the beaches of Arisia, and the first thing you see is a nearby camp of bandits. Now, I know this is going to sound anticlimactic, but I'm being so serious when I tell you that this is where you, yes you, are dying. I'm serious, I'm sorry, but let's be totally honest, if you're watching a Deepwoken video, you're likely not proficient in hand-to-hand combat. These bandits are wielding swords and you'll be fighting 2-on-1. Even if we ignore the stronger bandit that's usually wielding an axe or a stiletto, these guys are going to body you. However, let's take our average male that we drew up earlier and juice him up with some combat experience and some proper gear, a sword of his own and some basic armor. I think he'd be able to deal with these bandits just fine, provided he takes them on one at a time. That's one win for us regular humans at home. Congrats guys, yay! Anyhow, it's onto the mudskippers now, and these things are going to be deceptively difficult to fight in hand-to-hand combat. From what we see of rot skippers, which are just, I'm assuming, older mudskippers, it's likely that mudskippers don't actually die unless they're beheaded, meaning that you're going to have to behead these mudskippers one at a time while they stumble towards you in a pack of about like 9, 10. Thankfully, they've barely got any strength, so you should be able to deal with them just fine. Remember, being stunned is a game mechanic, so it's not going to apply to us here, so therefore we should be just fine taking on a pack of mudskippers. Well, we're looking good thus far, right? Yeah, I hate to be that guy, but the megalodon, also known as the Sharkos, is next up on the list. I'll be honest, you're gonna die. Gruesomely. Like, viscerally so. There's no such thing as parrying in the lore, champ. You've got to dodge the kicks and swipes from the Sharkos, otherwise it'll tear through flesh and bone, not to mention how tall the bloody thing is, or the razor-sharp teeth. However, that's actually not the deal breaker here. While the Sharkos' limbs are colossal and deadly, it's technically possible for you to evade them and perhaps get a few hits in. The true threat of the Sharkos is actually, surprisingly, the coral growing on its back. Why? Well, please allow me to quote the book, Archivist Journal, Megalodon. I fed the last of my food supply to Subject A, dropping the body into the enclosure. As she did last night, she consumed it happily, as the other two subjects watched. I used this opportunity to gain the best look that I possibly could muster at the coarse coral along her back, a beautiful natural weapon, capable of slaughtering hundreds of pathfinders within mere moments. Its ability to launch almost needle-like projectiles at such high speeds is beautifully lethal. It mainly occurs when the megalodon is under high stress, as a last-ditch defense mechanism. You heard that right, the Sharkos spray of coral needles that we can parry easily in-game is actually incredibly deadly, and I mean deadly. I'm talking instant death here. There's not a human on Earth who could possibly react to high-velocity coral needles, not to mention that they're capable of slaughtering hundreds of Pathfinders within mere moments. That means there's a lot of needles being sprayed here, and if these Pathfinders are dying in moments, these needles aren't slow either. Fighting a Sharko means instant death. However, let's say you turn away from the Sharko, you head to the Burning Stone Gardens in search of shelter, and suddenly you encounter a Golem. This is somehow genuinely even worse than the Sharko, that can instantly obliterate you with 1,000 light-speed coral needles. For starters, you can't even damage the Golem. While we're able to hit it just fine in-game, the Golems are clearly made out of some stone-like material. Sorry to break it to you guys, but your metal weapons aren't busting through a Golem made out of stone. Even if you don't shatter your blade, you're about to cop a spinning Golem arm to the face. Based on in-game physics, the Golem's arm swing is at least as powerful as a Sharko kick, and personally, I'd say that it's likely far worse, as instead of being kicked with monster flesh, you're being slammed with multiple square feet of stone. I'm sorry, but you're dead on impact. Let's not even mention the beam attack the Golems wield, because, let's be real, that beam is instantly disintegrating you. Golems, like the Sharko, are also instant death. Don't fight them. Okay, so Golems and Sharkos are a no-go. At least we have Authority and Etris soldiers. Alright, stay with me guys. It's instant death. Perhaps the soldiers in the Authority vs Etris event aren't as brutal as the Sharko or Golem, but good god are they going to carve you up, even if you match them in combat experience. Why? Well, because they're throwing spells around, attunements. We can't. It's honestly that simple. Sorry, but you're not beating weapons enchanted with literal elemental magic that can stun or electrocute you. One weapon clash and you're having a seizure on the floor. Also, if I was a soldier in that event and some random guy who isn't involved starts swinging on my enemy, I'm probably just gonna stab him so I can continue fighting properly. Realistically, you're getting jumped, you're getting blasted with attunements, and you're dying. Authority and Etris soldiers are, once again, instant death. So you can't fight a Sharko nor a Golem, nor soldiers from other nations. What's left for us in Arisia? I'm not even going to bother with the Duke, since I'm sure you can gather what that would be like, but we do have an out here. The Brain Sucker. Look, I get it, they're extremely gross and they'd probably be terrifying to fight. Just picture this disgusting slimy bat thing flying at you, but look, their only attacks are small claw scratches and they're not hard to take down in a few hits. What's the score now? Like 2 events we'd win against versus 3 we'd lose to? Okay, let's try to get another win for us humans on the board. Let's see here. So remaining in Arisia is the Pteropod and the Deep Owl. Yeah, it's time for us to pack it up. I don't think I'd need to elaborate on why we'd lose to a Pteropod. You're not cracking its armor with a regular weapon, and the thing takes a swipe at you with its claw every zeptosecond. One swipe will be enough to sever you in 2. You're not beating it. The Deep Owl, though, my god, this thing is terrifying. The Deep Owl's claw attacks look powerful enough to cleave straight through armor, but thankfully they're predictable. The problems begin when the Deep Owl starts disappearing and materializing literally anywhere at once. The Deep Owl could theoretically just repeatedly appear behind you until you're too slow to react, and then it chops you in half. And oh my god, if it hits you with the Jeff Hardy dropkick from the top rope like it does in game, Lord save you. Yes, fighting the Deep Owl is indeed death, but I wouldn't say it's as instant as the others, rather a torturous, delayed demise. Well, what did we learn today? Could you survive Deepwoken? No, man. You ever wonder why so many Deepwoken NPCs stay indoors? Just sit in your house, don't be a hero, we have enough Sharko deaths already, man. Regardless, I'm done here. Remember to subscribe for more and be safe. Remember that someone out there loves you. See ya.